Hi everyone. Now you may have noticed that God is everywhere, like literally. And I'm not going into this religious terms or spirituality. Of course, I'm going to, you know me, I always infiltrate my own views, ideas, experiences, which has nothing to do with you. You either relate or you don't. But what I have noticed in using and teaching English in particular is that because you pay attention, and is that on many occasions, Americans and other people tend to finish off the event or their speech by saying, God bless you. And as a matter of fact, I attended Beyonce's concert the other day, and I'm also into watching Barack Obama's speeches, particularly his victory speech, because it's so uplifting and it's so like multidimensional for me that I'm always drawn to it. And they all use this final note, like closure, God bless you. Now, I personally love that. I feel it's a common English expression, used to wish person blessings in various situations, especially if you're parting, not like party, parting, but like parting, you go separate ways and you say kind of goodbye and farewell. And this is what you wish all the best for them, so you say God bless you at the end. Actually, it was, I think it was initially used in times of disease, plague, when people would sneeze, and then you would say bless you or God bless you. So it was like introduced in those kind of circumstances. So we have had words, circumstance, occasion, event, concert, performance, these are all events and events and occasions. And so it can be used both formally and informally. You say by like American presidents, by performers, and even I sometimes close my lesson by saying, God bless you guys. It was kind of awkward at the beginning because in my culture, we don't tend to say that. You would not say that. This is like really kind of, religion related, but I love this. Other thing you may have noticed on American currency note, it's written in God we trust. Like I have been paying attention to this, and and people have been saying, oh, this is, who knows, this is by center of powers, who knows what's the, subliminal message. But why? Like, let's check it out. So, in God we trust is actually the official motto of the United States of America and the state of Florida in particular. So it was adopted by the U.S. Congress in 1956, and it first appeared on a coin. I think it was a 2-cent piece. I think like as early as 19th century. And then it appeared on a paper currency. So if you check the note, you will see on each one of them, in God we trust. So this is the official motto of the United States of America. Also, what I know that it is also, I think Nicaragua as a country, as a state, uses the same one, just an English equivalent, which says, en Dios confiamos. So it's the same thing. Also, there is a Latin version of this, a Latin equivalent, in Deo fidemus, which means also in God we trust, and it is the heraldic motto of Brighton, of England. So this is something I find it very, very spiritual, like raising awareness that there is kind of this higher force and divinity surrounding us all, and I like the fact that it's kind of officially incorporated. However, in America particularly, there are groups that have, and people who have objected that this should be removed from official notes because it kind of, and public property, because their argument is that it's kind of, it can be interpreted and it refers to religious establishments. And in a way, it's in conflict with the First Amendment. I don't know if that makes sense to you. You can research a bit more on that, but I just find it interesting as a storytelling, how the society has evolved and has adopted some mottos and some belief systems, and how nowadays people are bringing this into question because I guess we are getting more individual and we kind of claim our individual freedoms. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a fan. All right. Actually, there was a poll, I've read it on the Wikipedia, there was a poll that as many as 90% of Americans actually, so the poll is a kind of questionnaire, it's a kind of research, it's a public research, that actually turned out that as many as 90% of Americans actually support the inscription "In God We Trust." Okay, so that was a kind of whole digression, but it is, it has to do with teaching English and teaching culture, and this is what I tend to do. I always tend to go like wider and broader in bringing the culture background as well in teaching English. What else? Another expression that I commonly use with my students is God forbid. Why? Because what happens, like when we interact, when we communicate, when we discuss things, sometimes what pops up is some kind of situation or comment where you actually want to say actually that you wish something not to happen. For example, I talk about, so imagine you're like walking across the street and God forbid you get hit by a car. Maybe that's not a good example, perfect example. It's not very positive, but I kind of neutralize that by saying God forbid. For me, it has to do with my whole affirmation thing and awareness of each word I say. And I've been trying, of course, I've been training myself into doing that. So I make sure that everything I say, because I'm aware that my words make impact and they send off the energy and it comes back to you. So this is what I have figured out for myself and I'm willing to share with you. So whenever I say something like that as an example, or if I'm talking about potential situation that I actually would not wish to happen, I say, God forbid. Let's hope it does not happen once we have said it. I don't know, if somebody sells insurances, you might say, so in case of an accident or in case of a severe injury, something like that happens to you, God forbid, you are insured. That's my thing. What else? Where else I've seen? Oh yeah, of course, the ultimate one. We have to also pay attention to the Brits, okay, to our dear Great Britain. That one, God save the Queen or God save the King, like depending on who is on the throne. Queens happen to rule a lot in England, right? So God save the Queen. So we have a song by Sex Pistols. I'm allowed to say the word because that's the name of the band, okay? So there is no disclaimer for children or teenagers who might be watching this. So God Save the Queen. This is kind of, it's a royal anthem. Anthem is a national song, every country have it, you have it. So it's a royal anthem of the British Crown territories, if I can say it that way. The author of the tune of the song is unknown, but it has kind of remained, it has been supported in tradition, so it's still kind of valid. I love that one. Also, you might hear in English that somebody is playing God. I don't think it is metaphorical, but it's quite literal. You can get it, it's explicit, you understand, you can assume that it means that you act as if you are in total control of something and you have unlimited power. So they're like acting gods. It's kind of, it makes you think, because it's great to feel empowered. I'm all about empowering yourself. So, you know, it's great to feel you have unlimited power. I would add, that's my personal note, depending how you use it. Do you use it for, you know, uplifting others and yourself, or do you use it to belittle others, to devalue things, to be destructive? That's what I would conclude. So, you know, but I think in English, playing God means, I think I would say it has slightly, or more than slightly, a little bit negative connotation. So if it has a negative connotation, it means like it's more like on the negative side of things to say that about people doing something. What else? Okay, Lana, my time is up. Let's finish off by saying that God knows how. Only God knows, you know. So these are the things that you can commonly come across the word God in English. Other than that, there are a bunch of things, and I will be bringing them forth in our following videos. So God bless you. Bye.